New Mexico state leaders are cracking down on our recreational cannabis industry. The Cannabis Control Division just revoked the operating license for Golden Roots. That company operated 2 dispensaries and a growing facility right here in Albuquerque. But officials say they racked up nearly a dozen violations, and now they've got to pay up. So let's bring in Griffin Rushton tonight because the company is facing a pretty massive fine, Griffin.
Yeah, nearly $300,000. Cannabis Control Division leaders confirmed it's the biggest fine they've ever given to a cannabis business, and that's largely because the company really didn't make any efforts to fix the problems. The division director says the company was obtaining illegal cannabis either from the black market or other states and trying to pass it off as locally grown and manufactured. That's a big red flag. Officials say they got involved not only because of the health and safety risks, but to also enforce fair business practices, and they're not the only state agency making sure cannabis businesses follow the rules.
Was clearly something that was a major red flag for us.
Officials with the Cannabis Control Division say it wasn't difficult to figure out Golden Roots was breaking New Mexico's cannabis rules.
We were finding cannabis that was grown in a period that realistically can't be grown.
Division Director Todd Stevens says it usually takes 3 months just to grow the marijuana and then another 3 months to test, process, and package it. He says data from the state's cannabis tracking software revealed Golden Roots reportedly went through that process in just 1 month.
For us, it means that they acquired this cannabis through illicit means, whether someone else grew it and gave it to them. We didn't see it through track and trace, or they went to another state.
It appears that theory was confirmed once officials investigated the company's grow facility near Wyoming and Copper back in April.
It was not in a state of being able to even support the growth of a single plant.
The division revoked the company's operating license and delivered a $10,000 fine. But officials allowed the company to reopen because of a health emergency involving the owner. But when the violations didn't stop, the division pushed back even harder.
What we decided to do was really look at the amount of money that they brought in during that time from initial licensure to that first inspection.
That resulted in a $298,000 fine, and division leaders say increased enforcement efforts could result in even bigger fines.
We want to continue to support the community, protect public health and safety, promote fair business practices. That's really what I want people to know, and that we're ramping that up.
Cannabis Control Division leaders say any companies currently selling products that were produced by Golden Roots should reach out to them about potential recalls. The state's Taxation and Revenue Department is also cracking down on cannabis businesses who aren't paying their taxes, which is required to renew their licenses. Department leaders say they've collected enough data to show nearly 200 businesses haven't paid everything they owe, but it's hard to say if that's on purpose or because of bookkeeping errors. Either way, the department is putting its foot down.
We want to make sure that this highly regulated industry stays on track and above board, and we don't want any type of non-compliance, whether it be tax or products sold or anything like that.
Now, despite the increased enforcement efforts, officials from both departments say the vast majority of cannabis businesses are following the rules.
All right, Griffin, thanks for the update there.